What's up everybody, Chase Masson, Backwoods Team Rider here. Today I'm going to be doing a how-to video on how to put your highmark spindles, front bumper, and rear bumper on your Gen 5. So a couple of the reasons I'm running the Backwoods highmark spindle is it gives you an extra inch of clearance on the front end, making it a little bit more agile when side hilling, and gives you more clearance if over some logs or trees, and it gets the front end up out of the snow more, makes it wheelie a lot easier as well. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to put these on. So a couple of the tools you're going to need is you're going to need a ratchet with a 3/4 inch for both the top and bottom A-arms there. And then you're going to need a 5/8 for this bad boy here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take the ski off. First thing, take that off, remove it. I'll jack the front end up. And then I'll go ahead and take the tie rod off, and then I'll go take the two A-arms off. We'll be running different ski rubbers. The stock ski rubbers just aren't wide enough. Since you're running the narrowest ski stance that you can, you don't want these little skinny rubbers. It only goes halfway on this rubber, so there's just not enough ski rubber holding it in. So I'm going to buy the big fat rubbers. I think I'm going to go with the Kyber one. I've seen they came out with some new ones. I'm going to try those out. But if you're running a Polaris, definitely recommend the BWC rubbers for the Polaris gripper skis. I used those all last season, and I'm still going to run them this season. So great ski rubber for the Polaris if you're looking for one. It is actually a 9/16 for the tie rod at the top of the tie rod, and a 5/8 for the bottom of the bottom bolt. Pop that out. Little wiggle makes it just come out a little bit easier. Switch on to the 3/4. I'm going to break them first with the ratchet. The top one broke loose. You're going to need a 3/4 inch wrench for the bottom because you can't get your ratchet in there. Once you start loosening it, it won't come off. So there it went. So you need to give it a little bit of force for sure. I used 2 different hammers and a piece of wood. So here's the difference. Definitely an inch higher. Looks a little bit beefier for sure. Let's throw these puppies on. I'm going to put a little bit of anti-seize on these bushings here, so they're not so hard to get off if I ever do need to change them in the trailer during the season. Probably put some anti-seize on those threads too. Make sure you have the right side. I'm going to sauce the bolts back on here. I'm going to suck the top one up first. When I did this, you got to put the ski back on, because these 2 things here, they're going to need pressure. So when you tighten them up, if there's no pressure on them, they just spin. So what it is, I threw the ski on, then I did the top one, just pounded that with the hammer in, tighten that up. Then you want to pound this with the rubber mallet too, down in just to set it, and then you can tighten that up. I tightened them up with wrenches, just as hard as I could go. I'm not very strong also. And then I went and tightened this one up last. So yeah, the Backwoods highmark spindles on, looking way better than stock. The cutouts makes it look way more aggressive, so definitely like the look, and it really ties this whole sled build together. So now I'm going to do the other side, and then I'll show you how to do the bumper. So got the highmark spindles on there. They look sick. Next up is the Backwoods front bumper non-skid plate edition. The first step is to take the hood off with a Torx T25. So for the pipe, it looks like there's 4 springs up here, 4 springs down in there, and then these 2 sensors. I took this off already. It was mounted here, and I just unplugged it. There's a wire hanging down here. I unplugged that wire out of it. So then I'm gonna find the wrench for this, and then I'll pop her out. So we're gonna take the stock bumper off. There's 2 rivets on both sides here, 4 total, and then there is 2 8mm on each side, and then that bumper, if you just pull it, it should slide right out. Got the bumper off. Like I said, 2 8mm on the top and 4 rivets on the side. 3/16 drill bit, got those done real easy. But I just wanted to show you guys the comparison here between just the bumpers. This one is super lightweight, really flimsy. Then you just got the Backwoods, just straight beefy setup. Yeah, we'll get this thing tossed on here and show you how we do it. So the first thing I'm gonna do here is drill right here, both these out with a 1/4 inch drill so that I can put this plate in there facing towards the plastic and mount it in here. So that's the first step. I'll go ahead and do that right now. Drilled my holes with my 1/4 inch drill bit here. I'm gonna put the plate on like this. I'm just gonna loose fit it for now, just so that you can wiggle them around a little bit. So when I did this here, I just kind of put the bumper really low and just shoved it in. I'm gonna keep shoving it in. Just wanted to show you before I got too far. But the trick there was to just angle it really low and push up into it. Otherwise, I don't think you could really get it in otherwise. So that was kind of my trick there. Now that I got the bumper kind of in there, the bolts aren't done up here, nothing. I'm gonna go down here and I'm actually gonna drill out these 2 rivets on this side so that this bolt hole, so I can bolt these in first before so it lines up. So I'm gonna drill that out with the 3/16 drill bit. So now these four bolts that came in the little package of your thing, we're gonna do those next. We're gonna put those, I drilled the hole out, so then no more rivet. We're gonna line these up, and we're gonna put the ones with the holes in first, and then we can drill the second one and put those in, and then we will attach the 2 bolts up there. So I got those 2 bolts in. The key here is loose fit. Like, I didn't tighten those down right now so that I can line these holes up way easier, and you want these brackets to be loose too so that you can line these up super easy. It's definitely going to make your job a lot easier if you just loose fit everything. So that's probably the main tip to take away from all of this. So to get these up lined up, you're definitely going to want to loose fit those, like I said before. And if you have a partner that can put the bolt through while you line it up, because you kind of use your knee on the front of the bumper and then your hand to go up and down, and then just have someone, if you have someone put it through, it'll make it way quicker. You don't need that. But now I'm going to cinch all these down, and then I will install the rivets in the front here. They're snugged up. Now I'm going to go ahead and drill the 3/16 hole here so I can add these other 2 in here on both sides. And then after that, I will add both rivets back into this bumper with the 3/16 drill bit. So, and then the front bumper will be complete. So we got the whole back bumper all secured, every single bolt, all those down there and everything, and we got the rivets in place, the new ones in place there. And now I'm just gonna clean all the shrapnel from drilling. Once that's cleaned up, we're gonna start on the rear. So we got the front bumper on and the highmark spindles looking really good up front. Now we're gonna move to the back and put the rear bumper on. So we got this all loose fit. What you want to do first here is take these 2 pieces and line your bolts up. These are your stock bolts, and they send you nuts in the kit. So line those up both, loose fit, like you want them pretty loose. And then you come over here and put this on with these two bolts. They come in the kit longer, the 4 longer bolts in the kit there. You line those up, both sides, all loose fit. You don't want to tighten anything down. Like this one up here was a little bit tight for me, which made it difficult to line these holes up. So I just loosened that off and was able to wiggle the whole plate back and forth, which made it easier to line these two up. And then once you have that lined up, you can start, I'm gonna start and drill these two here, and then drill all the rivets and rivet it in. I think you're gonna wanna tighten these up first, just so that it's in the right place before you drill all the holes in the wrong spots. And then you can drill and rivet all the rest of them on. And these two back here in the kit are these silver rivets that come in the kit, a little bit longer, and the rest of the holes will be these black ones that come in the kit. So you want to make sure that you install all the hardware, because all of it does go somewhere. So we're going to get to drilling and riveting. Use the stock hardware for these bolts here. I just figured put the nuts on the outside just so that the inside is a lot like flusher with these bolts and washers. That's how they came. So with the stock bumper, they threaded in from this side. So just did it the same way that way. And yeah, these ones, the nuts are on the inside, so shouldn't be too bad. And then I chopped my tail flap off just so I don't have any extra drag there. That's just personal preference. Also, I like how it makes their sled look a little shorter. But yeah, Backwoods bumpers on, ready to protect this tunnel all season long. I just want to say a huge thanks to Backwoods BMP for sending me all these parts. Huge thanks to them. This season I'm going to be fully protected on the snow. Obviously when you're running this many days on the snow, you want some protection. And they also have a really good plan. If you break a bumper, send them pictures and then you get 50% off your next bumper. So that's awesome to be working with a company that offers something like that. So thanks a lot, Backwoods. And we'll have to start testing this thing out. This rear bumper is going to be skidding a lot with the 146, so that should be pretty exciting. So thanks a lot for watching the video, guys. I hope that helps someone out. This season I'm going to be posting 2 times a week with 1 podcast per week, so be on the lookout for that, and we'll see you guys in the next video.